From the Multi-Purpose Athletics Center on the campus of IPFW, good afternoon, everyone. This is Alan Reby along with Steve Brailsford, and welcome again to another edition of Lady Dons College Basketball here on Channel 6. The Lady Dons at home, of course, entertaining the Bellarmine Bells. And Steve, this is a gigantic game for Coach Terry Rosinski's team, not only for conference possibilities, but as well for post-tournament play.
If they win tonight, they move into second place in the conference standings, and that's a leg up on getting a shot at postseason play. And if they lose, they still have a chance, but this is an important ball game for them tonight.
Bellarmine comes in with a very, very impressive record, 20-3, 11-2 in the conference. Of course, the Lady Dons enjoying a really great year at 18-5 and 11-3 overall in the conference, and a win today would put them in a second place tie in the Great Lakes Valley Conference play. So this is a big ball game, pretty good crowd on hand, and we certainly hope you enjoy all the play-by-play action this afternoon in this one. We're just about set to go down to the floor for the introduction of the starting lineups from both ball clubs. We might mention that the two coaches, Terry Rosinski comes in with a record of 62-42 in 4 seasons, and Charlie Just a record of 144-53 in his 7 seasons at Bellarmine.
Lady Dons. First, the starting lineup from the visiting team from Bellarmine College. At one guard, a 5'6" senior from Frankfort, Kentucky, number 5, Claudia Smith. At the other guard, a 5'5" senior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 11, Stephanie Duddy. At the center position, a 5'10" junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 32, Sharonda O'Bannon. At one forward, a 5'8" senior from Bardstown, Kentucky, number 24, Missy Hahn. And the other forward, a 5'11" sophomore from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, number 10, Renata Kahowitz. The head coach for Bellarmine is Charlie Just. He is assisted by Larry Just and Rich Martin. And now the starting lineup for your IPFW Lady Dons. At one guard, a 5'5" senior from South Bend, Indiana, number 20, Dawn Harbaugh. At the other guard, a 5'9" junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 24, Lisa Miller. At the center position, a 5'9" senior from Summitville, Indiana, number 45, Robin Scott. At one forward, a 5'9" freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 22, Dawn Dressler. And the other forward, a 5'9" junior from Huntington, Indiana, number 35, Shelly Sands. IPFW is coached by Terry Rosinski, and she is assisted by Amy Heil. The officials for tonight's GLVC contest are Bob Stambazzi and Steve Frazier.
Well, Steve, a key matchup early in the ball game, as we talked to Coach Terry Rosinski before the game, is Sharonda O'Bannon, just a key player for them, a big-time scorer inside and their leading rebounder, and Robin Scott will draw her defensively to start the ball game. And Terry just feels a key in the game as far as a Lady Dons victory will be how well they contain O'Bannon in the ball game.
She'll be jumping center. She's number 32.
Okay, there's your opening tip, and Bellarmine controls it. Lady Dons will start in their traditional man-to-man. Inside, O'Bannon goes right to the basket, and she draws the foul. So you saw there her quickness around the basket, and they did a good job of feeding her inside. Shelly Sands will pick up the foul. Second consecutive game that the Lady Dons operating without starter Pam Edwards. Pam not with the ball club right now due to an illness in her family, and we wish her and her family the best. O'Bannon scores to make it a 1-0 game as we're just getting started here. Sharonda averaging almost 16 a game, and more importantly, almost 10 rebounds for Bellarmine. Second one no good. Let's see what the Lady Dons can do with their first time with it offensively. Harbaugh outside. Duddy on her. Dressler been playing very well as of late. Miller works inside. Bounce pass to Scott. Fade away 8-footer is good. So there's a good start. Robin with her first basket of the game.
And takes over the career scoring lead for IPFW in her battle with Lisa Miller.
Duddy out front. Dishes it off to Hahn. Hahn will go to O'Bannon. Pass intercepted, however, by one of her teammates, and we got a whistle and a foul. Push-off foul on Claudia Smith, who was able to get a shot up there, but missed it and then fouled. A little backcourt pressure now by the Bells. They try to trap Don Harbaugh, but she brings it across midcourt to Miller. Miller will try the baseline left side. Has her pass knocked away, and the intercepted, knocked away ball picked up by the Bells. Claudia Smith O'Bannon, her pass knocked back into the backcourt by Scott. Nice play defensively. Duddy out front. Inside it goes, and a shot is up and in by Kahowitz. Nice pass inside to her. 3-2, Bellarmine. Miller across midcourt. Trapped. Dishes outside. As they work it around. Back to Miller. She'll shoot it up in traffic. Tough shot, no good. Rebound O'Bannon. Duddy up court quickly. Traveled with the basketball. She shuffled the feet as she was trying to make that pass inside. Looks like Bellarmine, when they get that defensive rebound, is going to try to push it up the floor. Miller on the break will put it up off the glass and good. 4-3 Lady Dons. Duddy out front. Bounce pass intended for O'Bannon and intercepted by Dressler. Good defense and a foul call.
I think O'Bannon picked that up.
So the last two trips down, Bellarmine a little more difficulty getting it inside. So better defense by the Lady Dons around the bucket. Harbaugh will control it. Dressler. Left corner, Miller inside Scott. Nice pass underneath to Sands. Puts it up. Good, and a foul called. Nice pass from Scott to Sands. And she'll be at the line. Good teamwork there, Steve.
Well, this time down, they only dropped two people back in their full court defense because IPFW's had little trouble actually breaking the press, but they still got caught, and Shelly Sands put up a good shot in traffic and got the bucket.
So the Huntington North junior at the line and scores. 7-3. New ball player coming in for Bellarmine, Angie McLone. And O'Bannon will sit down. That's a surprise here early in the game. Stephanie Duddy will control it. Works it across midcourt. Lisa Miller out on her. There's a shot by Smith, no good. And a whistle. And a foul again on Bellarmine. So they're picking up some team fouls here early in the ballgame.
Claudia Smith picks up her second foul on the rebound, fighting with Robin Scott, and she didn't quite understand why. She pushed for position.
Sands puts it in play to Don Dressler. Up court quickly. Miller attacking the basket. Scott in the right corner. Doesn't shoot. Brings it out. Lady Dons look for that good shot. Good patience here. Underneath it goes. Pass intended for Sands. Knocked out of bounds by Kahowitz. Nice defensive play by Renata Kahowitz of Bellarmine. Miller will trigger it in.
Into the Bellarmine lineup, number 15,
Kristen Cupper comes in, a sophomore from Louisville for Bellarmine. And Claudia Smith will check out of the game. Inside pass, Miller, Sands. Sands will take it to the hoop, put it up and in. Shelley with a couple of buckets now, and it's a 9-3 Lady Don lead. Bellarmine off to a slow start. They work it around the key. Inside it goes to Kohowitz, no good, but she got her own rebound,
nice
put it
block.
up, no good. Partially blocked in there by the Lady Dons. Harbaugh, Dressler up a little long, no good, and I believe Robin Scott's going to be called for the over-the-back foul. So Robin picks up the foul, and the Bells will get it back. Just started here, 9-3. Lady Dons out to a good start, 6-point lead. Duddy outside to Hahn. Cupper had it for a second, then to Stephanie Duddy, who appears to be the little quarterback of this team. She'll fire it from the corner. No good. Miller got the rebound, though. Good position by Lisa. Works it across midcourt, lost control of her dribble. Lady Dons had trouble, especially in the first half Thursday night in their win over Kentucky State with turnovers. I believe they had 10 or 11 in the first half. Duddy will bring it and control it out to Cupper. Stephanie Duddy with it. They look inside. Lady Don still in that man-to-man. Now it goes into the corner to Hahn. She'll try the baseline and score. Missy Hahn with the bucket. Lady Don's attacking quickly up court. Lisa Miller out front. Harbaugh looking inside. Cross courts it to Sands. She'll now go to baseline. Good move. Puts it up. Misses. Rebound Bellarmine. Angie McGlone, a 5'11 junior, got the board. Duddy out front to Cupper. Cupper will swing it around the key, put it up from the free throw line. No good. Oh. Missed everything, but came right off. Flat-footed offensive rebound from McGlone, and she lays her for Kohowitz, and she laid it in. And it's a 9-7 game. Scott at the other end puts it in. Nice individual move by Robin Scott.
I'm not sure I understand why O'Bannon's on the bench right now for the Bells, because this lineup out there now for the Lady Dons is far superior to what Bellarmine has.
Nice breakaway steal by Robin Scott. And Charlie Just has seen enough, and I think I know why O'Bannon's on the bench. I don't think Coach Just liked the way she started the game moving, and he's sending a message right now, I believe. 13-7. 14:52 left to go in the first half as timeout is called here. But the Lady Dons off to a good start. You see good penetration right there on the replay by Robin Scott. Takes it right to the basket and then comes back with the big defensive play. And Robin, when she gets out in front of the defense, is tough to handle. She handles the ball very well, and she scores 4 unanswered points.
And she's a versatile player, and right now we have another guard mismatch, and when Lisa Miller guarding Duddy, she's only 5'5", and that's causing some problems for Bellarmine's perimeter offense. And with O'Bannon out of the middle, our interior defense is holding up pretty well. The only player with any significant size on the floor for Bellarmine is Kohowitz, who got that gift of a rebound and put back up for that bucket just a little bit ago. Right now, Lisa Miller has 2 points. Robin Scott with that fast break layup, 6 points. Shelley Sands with 5. The leader on the floor for the Bells right now, 4 points.
We can take a look now at the standings coming into this game, and it kind of magnifies the importance of the conference game here. Northern Kentucky, of course, on top at 12-1, but Bellarmine and IPFW right behind, and the Lady Dons can tie for second with a win here today. Okay, back to action. Stephanie Duddy, 5'5 senior. Harbaugh picks her up at midcourt. Amazed how these young ladies can handle the ball out front. Cupper, left-hand dribble, sealed off nicely by Miller. To Hahn out front. Good defense right now. Only 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and a steal. So great defense by the Lady Dons. Harbaugh will come down, pop it from 10, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and I believe Don Dressler tipped it out. So the Lady Dons unable to convert on that steal. And Bellarmine will have it, and we have a new ball player coming in for the Bells. Jenny O'Brien is Charlie Just shuffling people in and out.
And Michelle Conley in for IPFW.
Michelle coming off a fine game Thursday night against Kentucky State. She scored 11 and had 5 or 6 rebounds. Near steal by Dressler in the corner. Terry Rosinski has to be really happy with her team's defensive intensity here in the first half. They're challenging every pass here early in the game. Duddy comes out.
And Carroll comes in, more size for Bellarmine. She's 5'11".
I believe we've got 5 kids on the court right now for Bellarmine that didn't start, so they're showing their depth. As they work it inside, there's Kahowitz. I think she was a starter, and she misses. Rebound, Lady Dons. Harbaugh pushes it up court, and Miller travels again. Lisa's been caught for 2 traveling violations, Steve, and you very rarely see that.
She kind of came to a skip stop on that pass, and ref thought her pivot foot had been established, apparently.
Okay, the Bells will attack. Hahn bounce pass in the corner to Carroll. Carroll left-hand dribble, cross-courts it, and the ball knocked away and picked off by Dressler. Harbaugh. Harbaugh will take it, put it off the glass, and good. Nice to see Don attacking the basket more. 15-7 Lady Dons. There's a steal. Loose ball at midcourt. Collision and a foul on Scott, her second. Once again, the defense forces a turnover, but Robin Scott picks up the foul in the chase for the ball. So a positive, then a negative. Shelly Sands will come into the ball game, and Scott with those 2 fouls will sit down, so this could be critical. Scott so far has been a big key defensively in the game. Amy Perkins also will come in. She got a lot of playing time Thursday night, and Harbaugh will sit down for a rest.
And for Bellarmine, number 31.
Bellarmine, Gina Cornett's in.
And number 15, Kristen Cupper in.
And Cupper's back in. So both ball clubs. This is a announcer's nightmare here, Steve. Coming in here faster than I can keep up with them. Out front, underneath, and the pass intercepted by Sands.
Tenacious defense again.
Down court quickly to Miller. She puts it up and in. So Lisa got on track there, and it's all of a sudden it's a 10-point lead, 17-7. Bellarmine, it's been a while since they had a field goal. Cupper out front at the free throw line. Now she'll take it to the basket. Sealed off nicely by Dressler, who's playing well defensively in there. Out front, Carroll, jump pass outside. With the basketball is O'Brien. Inside, there's a shot put up, no good. A rebound, all Lady Dons, and it's a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to IPFW.
That's the first real good shot attempt Bellarmine's had in the last few minutes as well.
12:25 left to go in the half. Dressler, let's see if the Lady Dons set it up offensively. There's Miller, had the open shot, missed it. Rebound and a foul on Don Dressler. Angie McGlone had great position for the board. Don Dressler picks up her foul, and her first in the game. So Bellarmine will get it back, trailing by 10. Connie Carroll put it in play to Jenny O'Brien, and she'll walk it up court. Lady Dons continue this aggressive man-to-man. Cupper to O'Brien. She'll try a three-pointer. Way long. Rebound. Dressler blocked out beautifully. Quickly down court to Miller. Free throw line. Now bring it back. Right corner Sands. Sands outside to Miller, to Perkins out front. Inside it goes to Conley. Conley looks outside to Miller. Miller will take it down the lane and drop it in. So good patience by the Lady Dons. 19-7. O'Brien out front, Perkins on her. Scott getting ready to check in for the Lady Dons. Shot up, no good. Rebound again. All Lady Dons doing a great job on the boards here in the first half. Perkins out front to Miller. Miller's got the baseline if she wants it. Back outside to Perkins. Bounce pass to Dressler. Inside Sands to Perkins. She'll pop from 20. In and out, no good. And Conley called for the foul. She kind of cleared out big time underneath. Got caught for it.
She doesn't understand it, but a Bellarmine player hit the floor.
It's one thing that we've noticed about Michelle becoming a lot more physical as the season goes along, and that just means she's got more confidence out there. Annie Leakin coming in for the Lady Dons, and also Robin Scott. And O'Bannon back in.
She's finally back. I hope she learned her lesson.
Well, that's the only thing I could figure out, because come in averaging 16 a game and 10 boards and not playing, there's got to be a reason. She appears to be okay physically. Hahn inside to O'Bannon, and she travels. So she got it inside in great position and took the step. Amy Perkins out, Harbaugh back in. Now some backcourt pressure by Bellarmine. They are off to a terrible start in this game. At the 10, almost a halfway mark, they've only scored 7 points. Good move, Harbaugh puts it up too long. Boy, she had a good lean-in jumper from about 5 feet, couldn't get it to drop. Duddy dribbled right into trouble, feeds it outside for a three-pointer, no good. Rebound, battle for. Hahn had position, and Leakin had to go over the top. So Bellarmine, they've been stuck on 7 for a long time. In the backcourt to Hahn at the top of the key. Here it goes to Duddy, and she'll put it up and in. And that breaks a long scoring drought for the Bells of Bellarmine.
It's been 10 straight points by IPFW.
Scott outside, Harbaugh to Scott, corner inside Sands. She likes that turnaround, and she scores. Shelley likes it on the baseline. Outside, there's a shot up and in. Nice jumper by Missy Hahn. 21-11. Harbaugh quickly up court. Right side, now over to the left to Scott. She'll pop and good. Robin Scott from 18 feet. 23-11 Lady Dons. Duddy quickly down court for Bellarmine. Looks inside for O'Bannon. She got loose that time, and a foul. And is that on Robin?
Yep.
Third foul, so Terry Rosinski's going to have to sit her down. She gambled, Steve, and tried to go for a steal, and not only did not get the ball, but picked up the foul, and she's going to have to sit down probably.
I believe Shelley Sands will come in for her.
And Scott's had a big first half, both offensively and defensively.
She's going to stay in.
Now here's a gamble early in the game. She's got 3 fouls, and Terry's going to leave her in. Free throw is good by O'Bannon. Is that her first point of the game?
Her second. This is her second free throw.
Junior out of Louisville, Kentucky. Second one is up and in. Cuts the lead to 10, 23-13. Quickly up court, ball knocked out of bounds by Duddy. Pass intended for Scott. Lady Dons basketball right in front of the Bellarmine bench.
Now Robin comes out.
Now Robin comes out. Probably will have to sit the remainder of the half with those 3 personal fouls. Dressler to Sands. Sands feeds it right side, working around to Harbaugh. Harbaugh looks inside. There's Recker into the game. Kim bounce pass outside to Harbaugh. Inside Dressler. Back outside Miller. Miller will try to drive. Jump pass to Sands. Inside to Recker. She'll put it up in traffic. No good. Got her own rebound. Puts it up. And a foul called on Recker, I believe, over the back. Or was it on O'Bannon?
Apparently on Recker.
Well, she went right back up strongly to get that board.
She leaned in a little to O'Bannon, but it didn't seem like a lot to call a foul on. She seemed to have pretty good position, but Bellarmine will be taking free throws now.
IPFW fans and Terry Rosinski, as you can see, not happy with that call because it appeared not to be much contact. The ball, she had good position. Ball came right back to her. So O'Bannon at the line. And she scores it. Bellarmine, by the way, holds a 10-4 series edge over the Lady Dons, dating back to the 1983-84 basketball season. Second one no good. Battle for the rebound. And it's going to be Bellarmine ball as Recker could not hold on to it. There's a pass inside, up and in. Nice basket. Kohowitz wide open underneath, makes it a 23-16 game. These two played earlier this season in Louisville. It was a dandy. The Lady Dons won it 73-72. Jump pass, beautiful pass from Harbaugh to Kim Recker, and she gets a bunny.
Very nice.
25-16, Duddy. DeHaan, three-point shot, no good. Rebound all Bellarmine. O'Bannon had it, lost her feet, and traveled with the ball. Lost her balance. So the Lady Dons get a break there because that rebound was all Bellarmine. And Harbaugh will control it up court. About 8:27 left to go first half. Right corner Miller. Thought about shooting it, brings it back outside. Harbaugh lost it, picks it up. Looks like Bellarmine has gone to a 2-3 zone. Going to make the Lady Dons shoot it from the outside. Dressler thought about it. She was set, but lost her balance. There's Harbaugh, no good. Rebound right back to Miller. She'll put it up and in! And she was hammered on the play. So Lisa hits a big basket there, 25-16. Basket will count. And she'll have an opportunity for a three-point play. Official initially was going to give her 2 free throws, and then he remembered the basket was good.
Well, Lisa's got 8 points on the night, going for number 9.
You could see on that replay, Lisa Johnny on the spot and hit a really tough shot with 4 Bellarmine players around her. She makes it a three-point play, 28-16. 8 minutes left to go first half. McGlone out front, jump pass inside is up and no good by Kohowitz. Rebound Lady Dons. Harbaugh, Sands, right corner. Long cross-court pass to Dressler. Dressler to Miller. She'll pop and in and out, no good. Rebound battled for, comes off to Duddy. Up court quickly, she pushes it, takes it all the way to the hole, lays it up, no good, and we got a foul on either Recker or Harbaugh. Nice individual move that time by Stephanie Duddy. She saw that opening, took it right to the basket.
I think Don Harbaugh should have gone out to meet her as opposed to back up and let her drive into the basket like that.
Saw a shot there of Charlie Just. He's not real pleased performance of his team so far, but they got off to a real slow start, but within striking distance, of course. Duddy will have 2 and scores on the first one. Senior from Louisville. Bellarmine College, of course, in Louisville, Kentucky. And she converts on both of them. 28-18, lead 10 again. Long up court pass, Dressler. Harbaugh. Dressler. Inside Miller. Good pass. Recker, she'll put it up and cannot get it to go. Rebound battled for and finally fought out and controlled by Stephanie Duddy. A little 5'5" senior finally controlled the bound. There's a drive, new player in there.
Rita Johnson.
Duddy from the outside, no good, and she's going to be called for the over-the-back foul as Don Harbaugh had good position on the rebound. So one more, and the Lady Dons will be in the 1-and-1 situation. Still 7 minutes left to go here, first half. Bellarmine has definitely gone to this 2-3 zone. See if Lady Dons can use some patience to get a good shot. They work it around the key. Dressler penetrates inside. Nice pass to Connolly, and she was hammered on the play by Angie McGlone. And that'll put the Lady Dons in the bonus.
And Michelle Conley goes to the line looking for her first points of the night.
Conley shooting about 67% from the line, 22 out of 33 for the season. Likes to arch that ball. Way up there, a little short. Rebound, Bellarmine. Missy Hahn came down with it. Lady Don still in that man-to-man. Work it around. Kahowitz comes out front to Duddy. Pass intended for Hahn, knocked out of bounds. Good defense over there by Miller and Harbaugh. And Bellarmine will put it in play underneath their own bucket. Rita Johnson will trigger it in.
She better hurry.
Just did get it in. Bellarmine really having to work for these shots. There's a nice steal by Harbaugh. Gets it back from Miller. She'll put it up and
nice.
Nice defense, nice teamwork all the way around there. 30-18, Lady Dons. Duddy out front, right-hand dribble. Look for Johnson inside, trying to post up Dressler. Almost another steal by Harbaugh. She's got a hand in everything here. Kahowitz from the outside, and that's good. She left-handed a 15-footer up there. 30-20. Quick pass up court to Miller. Miller tried to go baseline, back outside to Harbaugh, to Dressler. She'll put it up from three-point land. No good. Rebound comes off to Kahowitz. Maybe not quite as patient as Terry Rosinski would like on that possession. Duddy feeds it inside to McGlone. She traveled, but no call, and now we got a foul call. Like she took a little extra step on the way to the basket and got away with it.
Lisa Miller picking up the foul on that play.
So McGlone from Harrodsburg, Kentucky, a 5'11 junior, will be at the line.
See that play here and see what happened. Little skip in there that wasn't called.
Free throw is good. Big story of this game, Steve, is the absence of Sharonda O'Bannon for 90% of the first half.
And we were expecting a battle between her and Robin Scott, and with Robin's 3 fouls, the big battle hasn't materialized since O'Bannon spent most of the game on the bench.
There's a steal by Bellarmine, and McGlone had it, lost it out of bounds, but knocked out of bounds by Dressler. They've cut the lead now down to 30-22, and a chance to get within 6, and that's as close as they have a chance to get as close as they've been in a while. Hahn takes it right down the baseline. Leakin got behind her. Rebound McGlone, no good. Rebound Hahn.
Conley's going to draw a foul. Nope.
And a whistle and a foul. Bellarmine picks up the foul. I'm not sure they quite believe that. Kahowitz guilty of pushing off.
I didn't see a foul committed by Conley, but I just figured the way things go, they'd call a foul on her on that rebound, but Kahowitz picks it up. Shelly Sands, who has 7 points, goes for more.
Misses. Rebound Kahowitz. So a missed opportunity there by the Lady Dons. O'Brien back into the game inside. Good pass and up and in. Angie McGlone scores. And all of a sudden, 30-24. Lady Dons need a bucket here. Backcourt pressure. They're working against the trap here. Pass up court to Sands. Sands to Leakin. Don Dressler. Need to get a good shot. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back outside to Dressler. She'll shoot it from 3 and good. I thought it was a 3-point.
Foot on the line.
Foot on the line. That was close. Big bucket there for the Lady Dons.
But she set up for the shot. Her foot just grazed the arc there.
Rita Johnson back outside to O'Brien. Inside pass, knocked out of bounds. Conley had good defensive position there, and apparently went off the fingertips of McGlone.
I don't think Michelle ever touched it. She just blocked the view of the receiver.
Miller back in for some firepower, and Dressler sits down. Here's Miller open, 18-footer, no good. Tough to hit that first shot in off the bench. Jump ball, and position arrow points toward Bellarmine. Smith back in and Hahn out for Bellarmine. 32-24, 8-point lead for the Lady Dons. Have been in front since the opening tip. O'Brien will try the lane, bounce pass to McGlone, and she misses a close-in shot. Rebound Miller, she's hammered, and a foul is going to be on, I believe, Rita Johnson for reaching in. Yep. So we'll walk down to the other end of the line, or the other end of the court for the 1-and-1, but the Lady Dons need to capitalize here, Steve, and hit these free throws.
Well, if anyone's capable of doing it, it's this person right here. Lisa's been quiet for a while, though, still on 8 points.
Came in 79% from the line. The amazing thing, she had attempted 197 free throws coming into the ballgame. And 1 out of 2. Rebound chased down by Sands, inside Recker, and she gets the bucket. Kim Recker with a strong move. 35-24. O'Brien to Smith. Cross courts it to Johnson out front for the Bells. People want to call them the Knights for some reason. Rebound Bellarmine up, no good. Rebound comes off to McGlone, and Miller called for reaching in on McGlone.
Lisa picks up number 2.
That's a big mismatch inside. Angie's probably got Lisa by 20, 30 pounds, it looks like.
And still a mystery why O'Bannon's not back on the floor. In fact, she's down at the end of the bench in the doghouse area.
Free throw is up and in. Cuts the lead again to 10, 35-25. Lead's kind of gone back and forth from 7, 8 points up to 10 points. Both of them are good. Now full court pressure by the Bells. See how the Lady Dons attack this. Harbaugh gets it across midcourt to Miller. Miller picked up outside by Johnson. Melissa Shipp, who's in there, to Sands, into Miller, goes right to the bucket, lays it up and in. Got right around Johnson. And Lisa, that close to the basket, is poison. Inside shot up and in. Nice move by Kahowitz. Got by her defender and laid it in. 37-28. Sands on the break. Didn't have the numbers. Trapped now. Brings it back in the backcourt to Harbaugh. See if the Lady Dons show some patience here. Recker out front. 13 seconds on the shot clock. They work it around. Harbaugh to Sands. Sands will put it up and in. And that's what Terry Rosinski wants to see. Some patience. And the basket. 39-28. 2:17 left to go in the half. O'Brien out front to McGlone, to Johnson. Inside it goes to Claudia Smith. She'll put it up in traffic, no good. Rebound Sands, and we got a jump ball called. That's a break for Bellarmine. I thought Kahowitz could have easily been called for over the back there. So on the jump ball, the possession will give the ball to IPFW. Melissa Shipp out, Sands out. Don Dressler back in, and Michelle Conley back in for the Lady Dons as they walk it up, leading 39-28. Recker in the right corner. Inside to Conley. Conley back to Recker. Recker will put it up. Intended, I guess, underneath there for Don Dressler, but picked off by Bellarmine. Jenny O'Brien with the basketball. Cross courts it to Kahowitz. Inside, lost. McGlone had it for a second, but lost control of it. Picked off by the Lady Dons.
Credit that to Lisa Miller's defensive positioning on that play. Lady
Dons have really been contesting every pass on defense. Terry Rosinski's got to be very happy with this defensive effort. Dressler in the lane for a jumper. Can't get it to go, and here comes the Bells. Chance to cut it to 9 with 1:14 left to go in the half. Claudia Smith out front. Puts it to the floor, goes to the bucket, knocked away by Conley, picked up by Kahowitz. She'll put it up and in, and she's fouled. Wow, you sure didn't want to see that happen. Picked up the loose foul, threw in an 18-footer. And that makes it a 9-point game. She's got a chance to make it a 3-point play at the 104 mark. Amy Perkins is going to come back in for the Lady Dons. Don Harbaugh come in.
Kahowitz has really kept Bellarmine in this ball game.
Well, I was just going to mention that of all the Bellarmine players, she's really been the most consistent.
She's got 12 on the night, and that already better than her average of 9.8 points per game.
Cornett just checked back into the lineup for Bellarmine. So Kahowitz will try to make it a 3-point play, and she puts it up left-handed and scores, and it's an 8-point lead. An 11-point lead knocked right down to 8 points, and the Lady Dons throw it away on the inbounds pass. Big mistake there mentally. Johnson, right side, swings it top of the key. Hahn to Johnson. She now penetrates. Head fake, puts it up and in. 39-36, so 5 straight points by Bellarmine, trying to make it a ball game here at halftime. Miller will try the lane. 37 seconds left to go in the half. 19 on the shot clock. Perkins puts it to the floor. Cross courts it to Miller, almost intercepted. Miller has the ball stripped. She got it back to Dressler. She'll fire it for 3, no good, and the rebound comes off to Bellarmine, and they've got a chance to go for the final shot of the half and an opportunity to cut it to 4 or possibly a 3-point deficit. Hahn out front, almost traveled. Kahowitz, 6 seconds left to go to Duddy. Duddy in the corner, there's a shot, it's good by Hahn. A 7-0 run in the last 1 minute and 25 seconds of the first half, and Bellarmine has made it a ball game here at halftime, getting to within 4 points, 39-35, and a disappointing ending to what had been an outstanding first half of play for the Lady Dons.
And briefly wrapping up the scoring here for the first half. Lisa Miller with 11 points in the first half. Robin Scott with 8. Shelly Sands 9. Dawn Dressler a bucket. Kim Recker 4. For Bellarmine, we got Duddy with 6 points. Renata Kahowitz with 13. Sharonda O'Bannon, their big player, with only 4 points on 4 free throws. Rita Johnson with 2, and Angie McGlone at 6.
Well, there's your halftime score. The Lady Dons lead it by 4, 39-35. And we'll just have to see what happens in the second half. You got to think, Steve, that O'Bannon's still going to be heard from in this ball game, and certainly the Bellarmine Ball Club did their job to get it down within 4 points here at halftime. So big second half coming up. Stay tuned now for College Update coming up next right here on Channel 6.
2, 1.
There was a time when people helped their neighbors, and together they built a stronger community. This spirit lives on today in NeighborWorks, a unique partnership of local residents, business, and government leaders. NeighborWorks volunteers have rebuilt over 100,000 homes, restoring pride to millions of neighbors. So help a neighbor and a nation. Join NeighborWorks. Reversing decline, rebuilding pride.
When my sister called, she sounded worried.
I'm glad you could make it.
What are sisters for? What's wrong?
It's Eddie. He's 13 with a steady girl. It's not easy to talk to him about
Sex,
Yeah.
drugs, and now AIDS.
How did Mom talk to us?
She didn't. Look, you and his father aren't together anymore, and with the risks of AIDS, I'd talk to him soon.
I will. But I'll need to know what I'm saying.
To help you prepare for a conversation about AIDS, call for a guide.
Thank you for tuning in to College Cable Access Sports. I'm Rajan Rogers, and this is College Update Sports Break. For those of us impatiently waiting for the completion of the parking garage, we asked John Carnegie and Chancellor Lance about the policies, safety measures, and operations of the parking facility that we'll need to know. Well, all that and the completion date, of course.
You may have heard 50 different answers about when the parking garage will open. Well, we did not waste any time finding out. We went straight to John Carnegie, the one who is in charge of funding for the garage. If anybody should know, it's him. How many new parking spaces does the parking garage hold?
The new parking garage will accommodate about 750 cars. At this particular time, we are thinking, and we're still planning exactly how it'll fit best on the campus' overall needs. And we're thinking of going to the very top of the parking garage, a part that is not covered, and putting visiting parking at the top. So maybe we will dedicate up to, say, 30 stalls for paid parking for visitors, because as we know, this campus is very difficult to access for visitors. And we can very easily then point people to the parking garage when they're looking for a place to park. That means that roughly 720 stalls will be available for faculty and staff.
And who is the parking garage offered to?
When we decided to build a parking garage, we really wanted to let the users tell us who should occupy the parking garage. Consequently, we are going into this designating no particular areas for either faculty or staff. We're making it a first-come, first-served, faculty, staff, students. Another way to say it is any holders of A or B parking permits will be allowed to park legally in our parking garage.
And does the parking garage provide handicap parking?
I suspect we'll have a few stalls dedicated for handicapped, but practically speaking, we try to put our handicap stalls close to the buildings. And I think as we see traffic flows and parking habits develop, as we see faculty and staff moving into the parking garage, we'll be able to dedicate more of our current stalls for handicap parking near the buildings. So I suspect the laws will require us to have a couple, but from a practical point of view, I see handicap stalls developing more on the surface parking lots than in the parking garage.
Will there be security in the garage?
We are not going to have security people stationed in the garage. We've already begun taking steps of adding maybe another 1 or 2 security guards with the intent of spending more time in the garage itself. We have not built, for instance, an office for our security people. At the same time, we're not going to have someone checking people in and out, which I think will help the flow to move quicker in and out, as opposed to have someone checking as people move to and from the garage. But we are going to provide whatever security is necessary in order to have a safe, secure parking garage. We will have emergency telephones in all floors of the garage, and you will see once it's open, it is very well lighted.
And when will the garage be open?
Well, I had hoped that it would open with the beginning of second semester. This hope, though, has been dashed, not because of the inclement weather. The weather's been terrific. It's just there is a curing process. It's a very, very heavy structure, and even though the garage may appear to be ready to open in early January, our best guess is late February, early March, and everyone will know that we're opening when our chancellor announces that she's having a parking garage opening party. But I certainly expect people to be parking in the parking garage by March of '91.
Okay, so John didn't know, but the chancellor will, right? I mean, if the chancellor doesn't know, who will?
We hope that it'll be done, March 1 is the date they give us, but I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath if it's not March 1.
Okay, we might not know when the garage will be open, but we do know that the garage has 2 ways to get in. One on the southeast side of the garage, and one on the east side. There is also a 2-lane exit at the east side as well. In case you were wondering, the 5-story garage will hold 751 spaces. This is John Cordray reporting for College Update.
For those of you who don't already know, the month of February is African American History Month. The Black Collegian Caucus and IPFW's Multicultural Services Office have sponsored various activities for all to enjoy. By today being February the 14th, you have unfortunately missed a few of these activities. They include the Gospel Fest involving local area gospel choirs, the Luncheon Wrap with African American alumni from Indiana, Purdue, and IPFW, Readers Theater, a presentation by local readers of African American literature, Beyond the Dream Part 3, a third annual teleconference focusing on the economic, political, and educational parity with global priority, and the Great Men Then and Now, an event honoring men who have served as excellent role models and mentors. Judge William L. Briggs, Albino M. Perez, David R. Skelton, and John Maxson were honored this year. There are, however, 3 more events left in February, so don't miss them. On February 20th at 6:30 p.m. in the Wald Memorial Union Ballroom, there will be the Apartheid Awareness with noted authority Randall Robinson, president of Trans-Africa Incorporated, as guest lecturer. This is a free public event. Also, on February 22nd, there will be Making Black Waves, highlighting the contributions of African Americans in the broadcast media, specifically the first all-black radio station, WDIA, in Memphis, Tennessee, a presentation by renowned photographer Ernest Withers, and Louis Contreau, the assistant professor of history here at IPFW, with his recent book. This will be at 7:30 p.m. in Neff Hall, room 101. This is also a free public event. Before the lecture, Making Black Waves, there's a soul food sampling prepared by Dennis Wheaton of Taste Catering. Tickets may be purchased from the Sweet Shop, members of the Black Collegian Caucus, or Linda's Touch. This will be at 6 through 7:15 p.m. Admission is $4, and it is also in Neff Hall room 101. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of College Update Sports Break. I'm your host, Rajan Rogers, and don't forget to tune in monthly to College Update.
Your survival depends on fast, accurate treatment. That's why you should depend on Medical Alert. Millions do. An emergency responder's call to Medical Alert tells them your medical conditions, current prescriptions, drug allergies, family and physicians. Information that could save your life. To learn more, call Medical Alert. 1-800-ID-ALERT. That's 1-800-ID-ALERT.
When I grow up, I want to be a track star.
No one ever says, I want to be a junkie when I grow up.
I want to be a ballerina.
Yet thousands of kids let getting high make a mess of their lives.
I want to be a nurse.
Don't let drugs get in the way of your dreams.
This is Steve Brailsford along with Alan Reevy back at the IPFW Multipurpose Building. At halftime, it's IPFW leading Bellarmine by a score of 39-35. To start the game, the Bells of Bellarmine only had a couple of leads at 1-0 and 3-2, and then IPFW went on a tear. After leading it by 4 at 11-7, they scored 8 more straight points to take a 19-7 commanding lead in the first half, and pretty much led by 10, 12, 9 points for most of the half. They had an 11-point, 39-28 lead with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. And then the Bells scored 7 straight points, in part on some careless passing by IPFW, to pull to within 4 points at 39-35. And Allen shooting good for IPFW, 55%. 18-33, whereas Bellarmine is only hitting on 34% of their shots. Free throws, IPFW 3 out of 6, whereas the Bellarmine Bells are 11 of 13. Offensive rebounds is a problem for IPFW, only 2 at this point in the half, 13 for the game. 8 offensive rebounds and 13 defensive rebounds for Bellarmine for 21, so the rebounding is a problem for IPFW, and that despite the fact that the best player for the Bells, Sharonda O'Bannon, on the bench most of the first half with 3 fouls and only 4 points on 4 free throws. We thought going into the game that holding her down would be a key. We've held her down, but we're still only leading by 4 points.
We also kind of owe her a little bit of an apology. We thought maybe her caliber of play was being criticized by her coach, and that's why she was sitting. But I'm sure the big reason she was sitting is we didn't realize she picked up that 3rd foul. And that probably develops into the biggest story in the second half, Steve, with Robin Scott with 3 and O'Bannon with 3. Who's going to pick up that 4th foul? The first earliest here in the second half will probably have a big be a big factor in as far as the second half and what's going to happen here.
Well, Robin's an experienced player, a veteran, and I'd say she has a good shot at handling the 3 foul situation pretty good. We might recap the scoring real quick before we get on with the second half. I missed a free throw for Lisa Miller. She leads with 12 points. Michelle Conley with 2 and Shelly Sands 2. I'm sorry, those are rebounds. Shelly Sands with 9, Robin Scott with 8 points for IPFW. Kahowitz leads with 13 for Bellarmine Bells. McLean and Hahn each have 6 for Bellarmine. Rebounding leaders, Lisa Miller with 6, Michelle Conley and Shelly Sands each with 2. Kahowitz is 5, O'Bannon 4 rebounds in her brief appearance for the Bellarmine Bells. The College Cable Access Program Guide provides information about our programming here in Channel 6. To receive your free Channel 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to College Cable Access Center at IPFW, Fort Wayne, Indiana, the zip code 46805, 1499, or you can call us at 481-6582.
You know, Steve, one of the other things in that first half is Bellarmine slowed IPFW down a little bit when they went to the zone. And it'll be interesting to see if they go back to the zone to start the second half of play here and force that outside shot by the Lady Dons. Here we go. 39-35. Bellarmine controls, starts play here as we start the second half of play.
And O'Bannon sits the bench still for the Bellarmine Bells.
Missy Hahn out front. Claudia Smith with the ball. Lady Dons in that man-to-man inside Kahowitz, who's had a big game, and she scores. 39-37, so that's 9 straight points for Bellarmine. Miller at the other end feeds it outside to Scott, to Dressler, Harbaugh, and Sands. That's your original starting lineup for the Lady Dons. Harbaugh had it knocked away, picked it up. Miller has it in the quarter. Cross courts it, and they are in that zone. Jump shot is up and no good. Rebound all Bellarmine. A chance to tie. Quickly down court with the basketball is Duddy. Duddy will set it up. The Bells on a 9-0 run right here. Hahn will take it the baseline, have her shot blocked from behind, but the foul's going to be called on Dawn Dressler.
She moved right around Dawn in that play.
So right now things going Bellarmine's way. And Hahn will have an opportunity to tie the game. I think they trailed by as many as 13 or 14 in the first half.
Now, I think one thing in the speculation about O'Bannon, the one thing we're overlooking is Kahowitz may just be keeping her on the bench. She has 15 points now.
And she certainly has played very well. Free throw is no good by Hahn, so she will not be able to tie it. Hahn from Bardstown, Kentucky. And she gets it. So it's a 1-point ball game, and Bellarmine now is going to show full court pressure. Dressler immediately trapped and throws it away, but Harbaugh got it back to Scott. Scott bounce pass to Miller. Miller will put it up in traffic, no good. Got her own rebound, puts it up, no good, and she was fouled. So Robin and Lisa had a 2-on-1 break there, and Lisa will be at the line.
Number 10,
At the other end of the court, Steve, though, Bellarmine set up in that full court trap and almost got the ball. So the Lady Dons were fortunate to break out and get that break. Officials decide it's not a shooting foul. Harbaugh will receive the pass inside. Scott puts it up and in. Nice look-in pass by Harbaugh. 41-38 Dons. Duddy will control it for the Bells. Lisa, hand on the ball, knocked it away, but picked up by Hahn. Hahn will cross court it to Duddy. Inside, we got someone down on the court there. It was Robin Scott, got knocked down. She was okay. Bellarmine comes up with an easy one. Quickly down court. Miller. Outside, deflected to Shelly Sands. Sands to Miller. She'll pump it from about 8 feet and score. 43-40. So here comes Bellarmine. Duddy will control it. Kohowitz out front. That's where you like to see her. She's been murder inside the paint. Cornett also into the ball game for the Bells. Duddy, baseline. There's a jump shot up by Hahn, and Hahn showing some quickness and maybe showing some experience as Dressler is having a tough time keeping up with her. 43-42. Harbaugh will control it down court to Miller. Miller back to Harbaugh, cross courts it to Scott. Scott will put it up from 18, and a big bucket there by Robin Scott. Long pass down court. There's Hahn again. Puts it up, no good. And she's just beaten Dressler to the bucket, Steve. Showing some quickness. And Missy will be at the line for 2 shots.
I think Annie Leakin's going to come in for Dressler here. She's picked up her 3rd foul.
So Leakin will come out, and Dressler will go to the bench for a breather. We'll see what Leakin can do with Hahn, but she's been their offense here in the early stages of the second half.
I think Hahn has quickness over Dressler.
Well, and that's a senior playing a freshman, too. Free throw is up and in. 45-43. So this ball game showing signs of going right down to the wire like the one in Louisville did. Second one is in. 45-44. And immediately Bellarmine sets up in their full court trap. Harbaugh trap, needs some help. Jump pass to Leakin, and she's fouled by Stephanie Duddy. Patience against that trap is the key. And Harbaugh found Leakin, and she picked up the foul. Tara Rosinski up, directing her ball club. A little more concerned now, has lost that 10-point lead. Scott quickly down court to Miller. Miller cross courts it to Lincoln. Bad pass picked off by Smith, and she double dribbled. Dons get a break there because Lisa made a dangerous cross court pass, and it was picked off.
Bellarmine's playing hard, no doubt about it.
17:03 left to go in the ball game. We've played 3 minutes here, second half. Harbaugh, left corner, Scott. She's going to take it to the bucket, lay it up, and oh, no good. Rebound up and in. Great offensive rebound by Leakin. Big break for the Dons because Scott missed a chippy. Leakin got the offensive board and put it right back in. That's what you're supposed to do when you come off the bench.
That's right. Make a contribution. One reason we've won 18 games is lots of contributions off the bench this year.
And we'll put it up and make it a big three-point play. So there's a big three-point play by one of your freshmen. And it's 48-44, and O'Bannon checks back into the game. And Kohowitz will come out. As we mentioned, O'Bannon averaging 16 a game and almost 10 rebounds. So we'll see what she does here as Bellarmine controls it. Smith, Duddy thought about shooting it, gets it inside to O'Bannon. She'll put it up and in. But she got by Robin Scott. 48-46. Sands with the basketball. Lady Dons lead it by 2. Harbaugh driving, dumps it off to Scott. Tough shot. She got it. Collision underneath the bucket that time, but no call, and Robin Scott gets the basket to make it 50-46. Both ball clubs shooting well here in the second half.
Pretty much trading baskets so far.
There it's inside again. Smith puts it up, no good. Bellarmine getting that ball inside here in the second half. Harbaugh picks up the foul. She's going to come out for a breather, and Amy Perkins will come back into the lineup for IPFW.
As Claudia Smith has yet to score tonight. She picked up a couple quick fouls early in the first half, and she's spent a lot of the first half on the bench as well.
Free throw good. Smith averaging 7 a game and 3 rebounds a game. Senior from Frankfort, Kentucky. And she drops both of them. 2-point game again, 50-48. Miller quickly. Cross court. Works her way in the right baseline, sealed off, and a blocking foul. That one could have gone either way, and Lisa will be at the, well, I believe it'll be a blocking foul. Probably IPFW will put it in play underneath their own bucket. Lisa saw a little opening there, Steve, and she didn't hesitate. Shelly Sands checks out of the lineup for the Dons, and Michelle Connolly in, a little more size for IPFW. And there's a ball lost out of bounds off the fingertips of Leakin. Terry Rosinski not happy with that call at all. I think they blew that one right in front of the IPFW bench, and they're not happy at all with it. Smith, here's a chance for Bellarmine to tie. Snoddy, or not Snoddy, Duddy. Quick penetration move inside, the ball kicked out of bounds, and Bellarmine will get it back. Terry Rosinski still upset on that call. And from our vantage point, I'm not sure we can blame her, Steve.
No. It looked a slap away by the other side to us.
Smith will control it out front. A.B. Perkins will pick her up. Stephanie Duddy leaking on her. Perkins and leaking in the ballgame right now. O'Bannon wide open and scores. And she traveled.
Turns it over to IPFW.
I'd like to see that again.
And now Coach Charlie just can't believe that call.
Saw her break free, but she came to one of those skip jump halts after she caught the ball.
Angie McGlone, 5'11" junior into the lineup, and coming out of the lineup is Jenna Cornett. So the Lady Dons dodge a bullet there. Perkins about to get double teamed, and she double dribbles, or walks with the basketball.
I think she sensed the Bellarmine player coming up from behind her, but she couldn't get stopped in time.
Harbaugh and Dressler come back into the lineup for IPFW. Amy Perkins and Leakin come out. 50-48. So Bellarmine, this has been about the third or fourth opportunity they've had to tie the ball game. Stephanie Duddy, 5'5" senior point guard out there to Smith. Ball kicked out of bounds by Connolly. Smith trying to get that ball into O'Bannon. O'Bannon right now a junior working on Connolly, a freshman. And Bellarmine has picked up that matchup, and they're looking inside. Now Robin Scott's going to come over, and she's going to play McGlone. O'Bannon and Scott both with 3 fouls. There's a shot by Hahn, and we're tied up at 50-50. Missy Hahn, who's had a big second half so far, and we're tied up with 14:57 left to go. Miller, Lady Dons need a good shot here. And a quick move to the bucket by Don Harbaugh, and a quick whistle, and a foul on Bellarmine. Fouls on Stephanie Duddy, pushing off on Don Harbaugh.
Which would be her 3rd foul of the game.
Team foul number 5, so the Dons 2 away from the 1-and-1. Lisa Miller out front, bounce pass, Don Harbaugh. Harbaugh may have to pop from out there. Miller does, no good, rebound Bellarmine. Almost a travel by Hahn, gets it to O'Bannon to Smith. So you almost sense momentum going to Bellarmine. They work it around the key. Inside, pass knocked away by Connolly. Loose basketball finally picked off by the Lady Dons. Miller across midcourt. Good defense. Scott. Harbaugh, quarter shot, little long. Rebound comes off to Dressler, no good. Her shot was partially blocked, and now the rebound is O'Bannon, and we got a reach-in foul on Don Dressler.
Personal foul on IPFW.
That's too bad.
Number 22, Don Wrestler, for fourth personal foul. The team scores.
So that's team foul number 4 on the Lady Dons, and Terry Rosinski wants a timeout to talk it over. As Bellarmine has come out here, Steve, in the second half and played real tough and have tied the ball game up at 50-50. You see this action here is ferocious.
They said it was a clean block on O'Bannon's part, but it kind of looked like she got Dawn's wrist on that. And then Dawn winds up picking up the rebounding foul after O'Bannon came away with the rebound. So we're tied.
You can see right here.
That's the Michelle's big play on the other end.
Good overplay there to come up with the defensive loose ball. Robin might have had a good shot there to pop, but can't falter. Don Harbaugh was wide open in the corner.
Could have been a foul. And that wasn't much of a foul. They called on Don afterwards.
Well, it's anybody's ball game. Still plenty of time for both ball clubs. 14:08 left to go in the game. 50-50. The first half, the Lady Dons controlled the 10-point lead until the last 90 seconds, and it's Bellarmine's really got back into the ball game with that 7-0 run at the end of the first half, and they've been able to come out here and tie it.
Renata Kohowitz leads with 17 points now for the Bells. And Missy Hahn has come alive in this half with 6 more. She has 12 points. Lisa with 14 and Robin Scott with 14 for IPFW as we resume action.
Lady Don still showing man-to-man. Hahn out front to Claudia Smith. And we got an offensive foul called on Claudia Smith. She kind of leaned in a little bit of an elbow to Harbaugh.
Thank you very much.
Charlie just didn't think much of that call.
Her third personal foul, the team 6 of the second half.
Talking to the official right there, you can see him.
Michelle is really doing battle with O'Bannon in the middle, too.
Sands right corner to Miller. Lady Dons need a bucket. Regain the lead inside to Scott. Scott will take it right to the basket, lay it up, and no good. And then she picks up her 4th foul. Wow. Terrific offensive move, and she couldn't get the shot, and then picks up her foul. And that's number 4, Terry Rosinski looking down the bench. And you see right there, she was reaching in.
Kim Recker will come in for Scott.
O'Brien in for Duddy for Bellarmine.
On the replay, Robin got around O'Bannon with ease, just couldn't get the ball to fall, and then, as often happens, rebounding after the or fouling after the miss, trying to get the ball back.
O'Bannon out front to O'Brien inside to McGlone's got good position, misses the shot, rebound O'Bannon, she lost it out of bounds.
O'Bannon's quick. She got down to the rebounding spot ahead of Michelle, but couldn't hang on to the ball.
Well, we'll see if the Lady Dons can break this tie. At the 3rd straight time they've had an opportunity. Miller, we've been about the baseline.
We've been at the 50 mark for about 3 minutes now.
Kim Recker out front looking for Miller to Harbaugh. Inside to Connolly. She'll take it up and in. Big play by Michelle. 52-50. Lady Dons. O'Brien quickly up court for Bellarmine. Cross courts it to McGlone. McGlone in the corner. Left side to Hahn. Feeds it inside. Intercepted by Connolly. Good anticipation there. Michelle's looked real good here in the second half. A long pass up court intended for Sands. And we thought that was tipped out of bounds by Bellarmine, but apparently
Sands
not.
did. That's 2 on the refs.
So here come the Bells. O'Brien. Hahn. Whistle. And the foul called.
Lisa Miller has picked up her 3rd foul.
Miller's 3rd foul.
Each team now, the next foul by either team puts them in the 1-1 with 12.5 minutes to go.
Rita Johnson, who played in the first half, back in for Bellarmine, and also coming back in, Kohowitz. And now McGlone will check out of the game. Johnson will trigger it in for Bellarmine in the right corner. Smith, picked up by Harbaugh, looking for O'Bannon. Connolly all over her. Now O'Bannon gets it, and we got a push-off foul on Connolly. Good matchup right now, Connolly and O'Bannon, and the freshman giving no ground to this junior from Louisville. Her third foul, so fouls can start mounting up now for the Lady Dons, Steve, with Miller and Connolly with 3 and Scott on the bench with 4. And, of course, now Bellarmine in the 1-and-1.
O'Bannon has 6, including 4 free throws tonight. She's 4 of 6 from the line, 5 of 7 now.
52-51. Points the last 4 or 5 minutes have been tough to come by both ball clubs, so every point and every possession is going to be important now. And we're tied again, 52-52. Harbaugh swings it, pass intercepted on the cross-court pass by Smith, all the way down, and she's fouled by Sands. Shelley was not going to give her a lay-in and hammered her pretty good. And Claudia Smith will be at the line. Chance to give her ball club the lead. Once again, the Lady Dons got in trouble with that cross-court pass. You can see Shelley took no prisoners on that foul.
Going to make her earn this from the stripe.
And she does. And Bellarmine leads at 53-52. That may be their first lead of the game. I'm not sure.
After they led at 1-0 and 3-2, this is their first lead since.
Now it's 54-52. So let's see how the Lady Dons respond after losing the lead. Miller almost lost it. Gets it back. Almost trapped. And Harbaugh out front. Lady Dons having a tough time getting good shots now. Sands. Pass intended for Miller. Sailed right over her head out of bounds. Not very good patience by the Dons.
It's a difficult pass to make.
Amy Perkins getting ready to come in for IPFW, and here comes Bellarmine.
Looked like it might have been tipped just the same.
O'Brien feeds it right side to Smith, back outside to O'Brien, to Johnson. Johnson will take it right to the basket, put it up and in. Showed some quickness there, and all of a sudden it's a 4-point lead. Harbaugh brings it back outside to Miller. Miller will take it to the basket, put it up and in. Both Miller and Smith went down hard, no call. 2-point lead again for Bellarmine. 3-point basket by Smith. It's good. 59-54, 5-point lead for Bellarmine. There's a collision at side court. Sands almost got knocked out of bounds. No call, but the ball belonged to IPFW. Scott's going to have to come back in now, Steve, with 4 fouls, Dressler in and Perkins in. And Scott's going to have to play a little gingerly around the basket with 4 fouls. This is a big possession right here. Perkins. Needs some help. Needs some help. Scott to Perkins. To Miller. Miller looking for Scott. Couldn't get a pick. Brings it back outside to Perkins. 9 seconds on the shot clock. There's Miller. 18-footer. Oh, good. In and out. Oh, that one was down, in and out. Here comes Bellarmine. 10:40 left to go in the game. They have a 5-point lead. Jump pass, O'Bannon takes it to the basket and scores.
Basket number 32.
And IPFW wants a timeout.
IPFW.
Big run now by Bellarmine. And the Lady Dons need a timeout to regroup.
And they're on an 11-4 tear since we were tied at 50-50 back around the 14.5-minute mark.
And it looks to me like the Lady Dons are going to have to get some outside shots to open up at their inside game.
We have an interview now with Coach Rosinski and what she expects for the Lady Dons this season. Robin Scott, I should say.
She expects us to get regrouped after our loss Saturday and come through and win the next 6 games of the season.
Well, Robin will be a big key now, Steve, because they need her defense and they need her rebounding and they need her outside shooting down 7 points.
She's got 14 on the night. Lisa Miller with 16, and really not much contribution from the rest of the squad so far in the second half. Shelley Sands with 9, Dawn Harbaugh with 4. But the Lady Dons need to get their offense back in gear. I think they've been bothered by the pressing defense of the Bells, and they've just got to get back in sync.
Of course, plenty of time, over 10 minutes. Terry Brzezinski, of course, telling her young people right now, hey, one possession at a time, plenty of time to get back in it. Perkins to Miller. Miller in the corner. There's Scott. Scott to Conley. Conley outside to Dressler. Dressler to Perkins. And we got a push-off foul on Jenny O'Brien on the pass. So I believe that'll put the Lady Dons in the 1-and-1. Both ball clubs in the 1-and-1 now for the final 10 minutes of the game. So free throw shooting is going to be a key as well.
But Dressler at the line with 2 points on the night. Her first trip to the charity stripe.
Played her high school ball at Elmhurst, and she scores. 61-55. Dunn, of course, has received a lot of playing time last 10 games. Makes them both 61-56. Claudia Smith, trap, cross courts it to Rita Johnson. Johnson cross courts it to O'Brien. O'Brien looking inside for Kahowitz, couldn't find her. O'Brien out front. Inside Kahowitz, and she scores. She got that pass over both Conley and Scott, 63-56. Lady Dons are going to have to figure out a way to stop that. Dressler inside Conley. Conley lost it. Loose ball picked up by Bellarmine. Rita Johnson. Bellarmine's defense really starting to come on. Shelley Sands going to come back into the ball game. Also coming back into the game is Claudia Smith at the first dead ball. They're going inside every time now. Shot up, no good by Kahowitz. Rebound Dressler of IPFW. Robin Scott quickly down court. Lady Dons need a bucket. Lisa Miller will take it. Almost got forced out of bounds. Gets it back to Scott. Puts it up and no good. Rebound Miller will put it up and in. Big offensive rebound by Lisa Miller. 63-58. 9:03 left to go in your game. Ball knocked away by Scott right into the hands of Smith. Jenny O'Brien outside to Claudia Smith, inside O'Bannon, back outside to Smith. She'll shoot from 15, no good. Rebound, Amy Perkins, one of the smaller players on the court. On the run to Scott. Scott stopping, jumping, shooting, and hitting. Big bucket there. 63-60. 4-0 run by the Lady Dons. Cuts it to threes. 8:32 left to go. Rita Johnson tries to penetrate, brings it back outside to Smith. She'll take it all the way to the basket. No good. Rebound Scott. Good shot by Bellarmine. Couldn't get it to go. Long up-court pass to Dressler. Wide open. Lays it up and in. Don Dressler beat the defense back. And Coach Charlie Just of Bellarmine wants a timeout. A 6-0 run by the Lady Dons. And right back in it, Steve.
Good hustle. Good tenacious board work and good passing. And fortunately, the shots are falling. We might mention, of course, the men's, the Mastodons are playing tonight after our game. Now we have an interview with Terry Rosinski.
Well, it certainly didn't help them. You know, we have 6 games remaining, and I really believe that if we win all 6, we have a shot to still receive an at-large bid into the tournament. We've kind of used up our margin of error, though, by losing to a team that is below 500. I'm sure that the regional committee will look at that very strongly, and our next 6 games will be critical as to whether they will feel that we deserve an at-large bid in the tournament. You know, we do have Kentucky State, we have Bellarmine, we have Northern Kentucky, who are the 2 conference leaders, and if we're able to take care of business with all these games, you know, I feel that they will be able to get us into the tournament.
Of course, Terry talking about postseason tournament possibilities, and I know she was very disappointed to lose that game on the road to Kentucky Wesleyan, and of course every game is important now. And the Lady Dons are in a scrap for their conference life right now, trailing 63-62 to Bellarmine. Lots of time. Anything can happen here, though. We're only at the 8:15 mark. But a nice 6-0 run right now by the Lady Dons. Robin Scott with a big basket and a big outlet pass here in the last 30 or 40 seconds.
She's sitting with her 4 fouls right now.
Little strategy by Terry Rosinski to get her out of lineup so she can bring her back in for the final stretch run. Cross-court pass. They work it around. Bounce pass. There's a shot by Hahn, up and in. Hahn's really been hot here in the second half. Lead back up to 3, 65-62. Miller, pop it. No good. Rebound battled for, and falling down with the rebound was missing Hahn, and they call a foul. Home crowd thought that was traveling, but a pushing foul called on the Lady Dons.
And they called on Lisa Miller. That's her 4th foul.
Now Lisa Miller has 4, so the big guns for the Lady Dons, both with 4 fouls.
Robin Scott getting set to come back in now for IPFW.
65-62, 7 minutes and 32 seconds left to go.
Hahn with 14 now, 2 out of 3 from the line.
Free throw is good, lead back up to 4. Hahn, who's been a real thorn in the side of the Lady Dons here in the second half, will have another opportunity. 67-62. Harbaugh controls it inside. There's a reach around foul. That whistle came a little late, and it was also by the out official. The other official underneath the basket happened right in front of him, and he missed it.
Number 10, Renata Kahowitz, her 4th personal foul.
And Kahowitz picks up her 4th foul.
So Robin Scott will be at the line, and all these free throws are now going to be big from now on.
And O'Bannon's back in for the Bells. She'll take Kahowitz's place.
Free throw good by Robin, 67-63. And hits another one, 67-64. Long pass up court, Bellarmine, Duddy with it. She'll pop it from 18, no good. Rebound battled for, kicked out in the backcourt, picked up by Bellarmine. Hahn with it to Duddy. Bounce pass right side to Hahn. Inside O'Bannon, she'll put it up, miss it, rebound Scott. Bellarmine got a good shot, just could not convert. Quickly up court, Sands to Dressler, inside to Recker. Good catch in traffic, misses the lay-in. Rebound Bellarmine. Bells quickly across midcourt. Duddy, bounce pass to McGlone. Outside it was to Carroll, who's in there, to O'Bannon. She's double teamed, loses it, and offensive foul.
She hooked her arm around. I thought she had traveled as well when she got the ball caught in her hip.
O'Bannon's just kind of playing frustrated, just having one of those days.
Yep.
Lady Dons a chance to cut the lead here. Scott cross courts it to Dressler. Dressler outside to Harbaugh. Thought about shooting it, and she traveled. Took that step before she dribbled.
She's on the floor right now. I think she did something to her ankle. Yes, she did.
She's gingerly walking on that ankle. Ankle or maybe the knee. She's going to have to come out, and there goes a lot of your ball handling ability
and experience.
Maybe she just kind of stunned herself, and she'll be able to come back. Let's hope so. 67-64. Lady Dons have missed a couple opportunities to get the lead down to at least 1. Duddy. Bounce pass in the corner to Carroll. She's going to take it right to the basket, put it up and in. Connie Carroll with a strong move to the bucket. 69-64, 5-point lead again for Bellarmine. Outside, inside it goes to Recker. Recker to Sands, who's been kind of quiet here. Outside to Scott. Scott will put it up. Tough shot, puts it up and in.
Basket for Robin Scott.
Collided with McGlone. No whistle. Stolen by Scott. Puts it up and in.
Basket for
Big time
Robin
plays
Scott.
by Robin Scott. 69-68. Crowd back in it now. 1-point lead. Michelle Conley going to come into the lineup here momentarily.
The first of those two buckets was pretty brave move with the 4 fouls she's carried as she drove by Bellarmine Bell.
Hahn puts it up in traffic, no good, but she got her own rebound, fell down and traveled. Play really physical now.
It looked like Michelle Conley hammered her to the floor, but no call.
Michelle Conley in for number 54, Kim Recker.
I apologize for those bad things I said about the officials earlier in the game.
I'm not sure they're high on Charlie Just's list right now, but here comes IPFW, a chance to regain the lead. Dressler. Miller getting ready to come into the ballgame. Jump shot, Sands, no good. Rebound, battled for and controlled by Bellarmine.
Little quick shot there.
Duddy. Bounce pass stolen by Conley. Reach-in foul, Conley. Miller is going to come right back into the lineup. She's got 4. Also coming in Claudia Smith. Carroll will come out of the game for Bellarmine, and Robin Scott with 4 fouls will come out. So Terry kind of rotating players with 4 fouls. You saw on your screen there Dawn Harbaugh getting her ankle taped. We'll have to wait and see if she can come back in. Free throw no good. So the Lady Dons get a break there. Perkins quickly up court. Miller back outside, working around the key. Dressler looking inside, got Sands. Sands lost it, brings it back outside to Perkins. Perkins trying to penetrate. Bounce pass left corner. Dressler, Perkins, Miller. Miller looking inside. We've got 11 seconds on the time clock. Outside, Sands. Sands puts it up in traffic. Good.
Basket for Shelly Sands.
70-69. Lady Dons regain the lead. Quickly, Bellarmine on the attack. There's Hahn. She's been double trouble. No good. Rebound battled for. Sands fights out with it. Quickly up court, Perkins. Cross midcourt on the run. Dishes right side, Dressler. Perkins looking inside for Conley. To Miller. Miller will try the baseline. Sealed off. Double pump. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. McGlone of Bellarmine. 3:54 left to go in the game. Duddy to Smith. Back outside to Duddy. They work it around the key. They're looking for a good shot to Smith. Looking inside. Can't find anyone. Smith will walk it around. 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Hahn inside Smith. Takes it to the bucket. Puts it up. No good. And a foul called. Whistled on Shelly Sands.
Personal foul on
Smith found that little crease in the defense and took it to the basket. She'll be at the line. O'Bannon comes back in. And here comes Robin Scott back in for Shelly Sands. So the big guns are coming back in, and here comes Kahowitz back in. Both coaches going with their
number 32, Shamada O'Bannon back in the lineup.
biggest people and big scores. 3:32 left to go. You just got to kind of wonder here who's going to foul out first. Free throw is up and in. We're tied up again at 70. Claudia Smith from Frankfort, Kentucky, misses on the second one. Okay, here we go. Lady Dons walk it across midcourt. Perkins, big role for her, playing for the engine Dawn Harbaugh right now. Perkins out front, double team, gets it to Dressler. She's driving, back outside to Scott. Scott lost the ball. Pass kind of deflected away from her and picked off by the defense of Bellarmine. 3:11 left to go in the ball game. Cross-court pass, O'Bannon, great position, and she got it.
Basket for number 32, Shalonda
Big bucket
O'Bannon.
there, 72-70. Perkins. Need a good shot here by the Lady Don offense. Miller will try the baseline, and she's blocked over there by Missing Han. Miller will be at the line. 2:49 left to go in the game, Steve, and you wonder if this is boiling down to the season as far as IPFW is concerned and the tournament. They just desperately need to win this game.
Well, it's an important game to have, considering they're on the road to Grand Valley State on Tuesday and finish up the season at conference leader Northern Kentucky. So you really got to have the home games for sure.
Free throw is good by Lisa. And she can tie it with another one here. Lisa came in shooting about 80% from the line. We've got to pick a player of the game here. And it's going to be tough. Both Miller and Scott both having big games. Free throw no good. Quickly up court with the basketball is Duddy. Bellarmine with a 1-point lead. With a good defensive hold here. Pass inside O'Bannon. She caught it, and they call her for a foul. They could also call traveling there because she was off balance when she caught that ball.
I think Michelle just fouled out.
Her 5th personal foul.
She did.
So Shelly Sands will come in for her. Conley really battled hard there.
That puts O'Bannon at the line. She's got 12 now, near her season's average. She's been to the line 8 times tonight, hit 6 free throws.
Going to the line for number 32, Shamaya O'Bannon.
2 minutes, 33 seconds left to go. Free throws are going to be a big part of this one now. O'Bannon puts it up and in. Lead now, Bellarmine's by 2, 73-71. Free throw in again, 74-71. Bellarmine, good road team this year, 9-2 on the road and have won 6 in a row. There's a pass to Sands, and she couldn't catch it. Costly turnover there. And now Terry Rosinski's going to call a timeout. 74-71. Still anybody's game, but you hate to see a turnover like that in the latter stages of the game.
An unforced error.
And you wonder also if you see a good picture there of Terry talking to her ball club, if Don Harbaugh is going to be able to come back.
Robin Scott's the career scoring leader right now for IPFW. She tells us what she's learned about basketball.
Discipline. I feel like I've matured both on and off the court, and teamwork's probably the biggest thing.
Both ball clubs huddled around their coaches, and the crowd getting into it a little bit across the way. Big ball game, of course, for IPFW, and they trail it by 3.
Tune in to Channel 6 this Sunday evening at 7 to watch tape replays from February 2nd's women's and men's basketball games. At 7, the Lady Dons meet the Lady Pumas of St. Joseph's College. At 9, the Greyhounds of the University of Indianapolis challenge the IPFW Mastodons in Great Lakes Valley Conference action. That's right here on Channel 6 Sunday, beginning at 7.
Well, still a lot of time, 74-71. But here's a big possession for Bellarmine right here. And let's hope the IPFW Lady Dons can come up with a good defensive stop here. Smith penetrates and scores. As she had a little bit of an opening, she got past Robin Scott. Now it's a 5-point lead at the 2:12 mark. Outside it goes to Perkins. Perkins inside to Scott, and we got a foul called on Kahowitz for pushing off. Wheels are really turning now by the coaches. Every possession, very, very important. So Robin Scott's going to be at the line.
Renata Kahowitz fouls out with 19.
Played a strong game. Kahowitz fouls out.
That's a break.
So both ball clubs have lost a player now. Kahowitz, a strong game, double figures and tough on the boards. Angie McGlone will come back in. So these free throws by Scott now very important. She got the roll. 76-72. Both Robin Scott and Lisa Miller on the floor, playing with 4 fouls. Good shot of Robin, and she got them both. 76-73. Little backcourt pressure. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Claudia Smith. Perkins on Duddy. Harbaugh apparently unable to get back in. Looks like she twisted her ankle about the 5-minute mark. O'Bannon feeds it inside to McGlone, and she offensive foul. I thought he was going to call traveling, but he made the right call there because she really knocked over her defender. So here comes a huge possession for the Lady Dons, a chance to get it within 1, or a 3-point play would tie the game. 1:45 left to go. Quickly down court. Perkins swings it inside to Sands on a pass from Scott, and we got a foul.
And Shelley goes to the line for a 1-and-1. The foul's on number 5.
Number 5, Claudia Smith.
Claudia Smith. That's her 4th foul.
So Sands, big free throws here. They just keep getting bigger and bigger.
No.
Free throw is up and in by Sands. Well, we have to pick a player of the game right now, Steve, and I vote for Robin Scott. I don't know about you, but that's my vote.
That's a pretty good one.
Free throw no good by Sands, 76-74. Hopefully we'll have an interview with Robin after the ball game. Big play situation here for Bellarmine. They lead it by 2 with the ball. Claudia Smith's going to take a shot. No good. Rebound, whistle, foul. And who's it on?
I think McGlone.
Personal foul on Bellarmine College.
It's on Bellarmine for pushing off. There's a huge call. And we're going to walk down to the other end of the court. And an opportunity for the Lady Dons to tie it up. Robin Scott will be at the line. Robin, as you can see right there, battling for the rebound. And she'll have a chance to tie it up with 1 minute and 18 seconds left to go. And she scores. She continues to have a big game. 76-75. Terry Rosinski talking to Don Dressler at side court. Free throw in and out and back in again. We're tied up. 76-76.
That's 26 points for Robin Scott.
Huge night for Robin. Almost a turnover. Smith got it to McGlone. She takes it down the lane. Offensive foul. She ran right over Dressler. Dressler set up beautifully. And we're going to walk to the other end of the court.
44, Angie McGlone.
So the crowd really getting excited now. Terry Rosinski calling her troops over. Little side court conversation as Dressler's going to be at the line. Apparently not a shooting violation.
An offensive foul, you don't get the free throws.
Okay, Scott cross courts it to Miller. Miller working it around. 57 seconds left to go. Perkins. Look inside to Scott. The reach around foul on McGlone. Now we'll get those free throws.
And McGlone picks up number 4.
Personal foul on Bellarmine.
Angie
number 44,
McGlone
Angie
reaching around, and Scott will be at the line again.
Foul.
Well, if we name Robin Scott our player of the game, and if she hits these free throws, make it a lot easier to interview her after the ball game, I think.
She fouls out with 6
McGlone's
points.
fouled out of the game. And it looks like Coach Charlie Just is going to insert Jeannie Cornett into the lineup. But he's going to take all of his allotted time to do it. He's trying to put the
into the Bellarmine lineup. Number 31.
Old freeze move on Robin at the free throw line. On the court right now for the Lady Dons, Miller and Sands and Scott up front. Dressler and Perkins out front. Amy has really done a nice job in the place of Don Harbaugh, who went down with an injury. A lot of pressure when you have to handle that ball out front. Free throw is no good. So a missed opportunity there with 48 seconds left to go. And Bellarmine will call a timeout.
Bellarmine College.
So the Lady Dons a chance to take the lead, could not. 44 seconds left to go, 76-76. IPFW won this game down at Louisville earlier in the season, 73-72, same type of ball game.
Well, the good news is with 44 seconds left, IPFW, barring some kind of rebound, or if they get the rebound, assuming there's a shot taken, that they'll have at least 14 seconds to do something should Bellarmine score with the ball. The key, obviously, to make sure they don't get a good shot, get the rebound.
Once again, the tape replay this evening.
The next live sporting event on Channel 6 is going to be the telecast of this coming Wednesday evening, February 20th, when you can join us for exciting volleyball action. The Cardinals from Ball State University return to Fort Wayne to challenge the IPFW Volley Dons at 7:30. That's this coming Wednesday at 7:30 right here on Channel 6. Of course, tonight we have the men's game coming up after the women's game.
Well, the coaches are earning their money right now, setting up their final strategy for the final 44 seconds. If you're Charlie Just, you're trying to set up a play where you get a high percentage shot. And if you're Terry Rosinski, you're trying to play good defense, force a turnover, come up with a steal, or get a rebound. Claudia Smith will put it in play in midcourt. And here we go. On with it. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Inside Hahn on the pass from O'Bannon. Didn't have the numbers. Brings it back outside to Smith. Duddy inside O'Bannon. O'Bannon will get it to Cornett. No good. Rebound, Lady Dons. Trapped and a timeout. So IPFW got exactly what they wanted. Jenna Cornett took the shot. She's probably the one player on the court with the least experience and could not get it to go down, and IPFW got that big rebound.
Well, the defense played real well that trip down the court. O'Bannon, probably the person they really wanted to go to, couldn't get off a shot. The best she could do is pass off. The initial entry pass, they had a wide open shot to Hahn over here on the far side, but Dawn Dressler got back on her and prevented her from taking the shot. So a good defensive stand by IPFW. They get the ball back with a good 20 seconds on the clock. That's plenty of time to come down, maybe even take another timeout once they get the ball over half court maybe. Although I would imagine they'll have what they want to do in mind, get the ball up court, and hopefully get the ball in the hands of Lisa Miller or Robin Scott and get a good shot or a foul.
It'll be interesting to see if Terry elects to go for the final shot.
Yeah.
Or if Bellarmine, after seeing IPFW just miss on a big 1-and-1, fouls early. (76-76). Huge game for IPFW in regard to their tournament hopes. Scott to Miller, almost lost it out of bounds and did. She dropped the ball, rolled away from her, and it must have hit out of bounds when she touched it. 19 seconds left to go, and just like that, Bellarmine gets the ball back.
Let's see here. Oh, man. Unless that ball was up in the air when it was in the vicinity of the line, it didn't look like it touched the out-of-bounds line at that point. But the ref was right there, and I would imagine he had a good look at it.
Well,
Tough
you just switch roles again.
Play good defense, and both with Lisa and Robin Scott having 4 fouls, we've got to be really careful what we do. Take a look at that play again.
Don't forget he's coming up.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Matter of inches.
It's a sizzler shootout for the 33 hours of tuition at IPFW.
Tough time for that to happen.
Sunday shootout, chance to win at Shadow Front.
Now Charlie Just is faced with the decision: do I run the clock all the way down and go for the last shot, take my chances in overtime, or take a quick shot? Look right there.
Look where the ref is. I just think that's a bad call.
Didn't appear that she had the ball out of bounds at all.
No.
The official was standing right there, though. Good work by our cameraman. Looked like there was a space between the out-of-bounds line and the floor.
And the angle the ref had was a bad angle to make that call.
Ball put in play. Cornett gets it to Duddy. 15 seconds left to go. Duddy out front. Appears they're going to go for the final shot. 10 seconds. Hahn looking outside. Cross courts it to Smith. Smith double team, triple team. 4 seconds. She's going to have to fire it up. We got a whistle. And what do we got? We got a 5-second call.
1 second to go.
1 second is on the clock. And Terry Lozinski's asking for more time. She's asking for 1 more second on the clock. She
has a good point. With 8 seconds, it looked like she had stopped and was trying to get rid of the ball. And for the 5-second count, there should be at least 3, I would think. I don't know what kind of what they're going to decide here.
Once again, just a wonderful defensive stand by the Lady Dons. They've had to do it twice in the last minute. Everybody is discussing the clock situation. Apparently it's going to remain 1 second. Now you don't know if that's 1 and almost 2 seconds or if it's barely 1 second. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of a play the Lady Dons come up with.
But at worst for the Lady Dons, we're looking at overtime tonight because they can get off some kind of desperation shot with 1 second, but I don't think Bellarmine will have any kind of chance to get some kind of score unless there's a foul committed.
See if they try to swing it long to Lisa Miller and maybe an effort to pick up a foul. They go to Scott. She's going to fire it, and it's no good. We go to overtime.
We'll have overtime.
Okay. First overtime we've had this year, Steve, and both ball clubs had some opportunities there in the last minute or so. But these two have played close basketball all season, and they're going to go into overtime. 76-76, a 5-minute OT period.
Well, unofficially for the regulation period of the game, we have Lisa Miller with 19 points tonight, Robin Scott with 26. Unfortunately for her, she missed that last attempt at a free throw she had, or we could be going home right now and we'd be awarding her the Player of the Game trophy. Shelley Sands with 12. Dawn Harabaugh, who went out with a sprained ankle, it appears, has 4. Annie Leakin with 3. Dawn Dressler with 6. Kim Recker with 4. Michelle Conley fouled out with 2 points. Renata Kahowitz with 19 for Bellarmine. Missy Hahn with 16. Sharonda O'Bannon now with 14. Claudia Smith with 10, most from the second half. And Stephanie Duddy with 4 points tonight for the Bellarmine Bells. But there's 5 more minutes of action yet to go.
Well, the crowd's getting their money's worth in this one. 76-76. So far, the 2 leading scorers both played the majority of this last 10 minutes with 4 fouls in the ballgame. Bellarmine, on the other hand, have lost a couple of key players underneath in Angie McGlone and Renita Kahowitz due to fouls. So we'll see if that's a factor in this overtime period. Here we go. Tip controlled by Bellarmine. Stephanie Duddy with the ball. This one's had a little bit of everything. Lots of fouls, injuries. O'Bannon breaks free and scores. They picked off her defender. Bellarmine quickly regains the lead at 78-76. Miller, right corner. Dressler to Perkins. Perkins double teamed inside to Sands. Sands goes to Miller. Miller will put it up. No good. Rebound comes off to Bellarmine.
She really went up in traffic that time.
Outside as Bellarmine looks for their big player O'Bannon underneath. In the corner to Smith. She'll fire it and good. Claudia Smith with a quick bucket. 80-76. Quick 4-point lead for Bellarmine. Dressler. Miller. Up and good. Big bucket there.
Lisa Miller.
Lisa Miller cuts it to 2. 80-78. Just had to have that basket, and she made it. Almost a steal by Dressler. Hahn will control it out front. Claudia Smith inside O'Bannon. She'll put it up. No good. Missed it. Got her own rebound. Puts it up and in. She's starting to really assert herself here. And it's 82-78. Miller outside as they work it around. Dressler, Perkins, Miller looking for Scott. Inside, good position. Turnaround leaner, good.
Basket in the paint for Robin Scott.
82-80.
28 for Scott on the night.
Stephanie Duddy controls it for the Bells of Bellarmine College out front. Works it right side to Claudia Smith, and she lost it. Picked up, loose basketball. Scott got it, loses it. Sands, great hustle, saved it from going out of bounds. Picked up by Miller and a foul. There's tremendous hustle by Scott and Sands to keep that ball alive.
Personal foul on Bellarmine College.
Shelley gave up her body for that one. I think 4 IPFW players had their hand in getting that ball away and getting possession back, and now we go to the line.
One of the biggest plays of the game right there.
I think we see that again here.
Watch this effort here as the ball's loose. Scott saves it to keep it alive. Watch Sands diving out of bounds, gets it to Miller, and she's fouled. Boy, you can't ask much more effort than that from your kids.
And Dressler started the play. Shelley will take a rest. Kim Record comes back in. Lisa with 21 points tonight, looking to up that total of 22-23.
Hits the first one, 82-81. Boy, these two teams have just battled each other from halftime on. Tie game again, 82-82. 2:55 left to go in the overtime. Smith to Hahn. Hahn's cooled off a little bit. Brings it back outside. Dressler on her. They look inside for Cornett. Smith gets by Miller. She has to let her go because she's got 4 fouls. She got that first step on her, and she scores to make it 84-82. Perkins, corner to Miller. Cross courts it to Dressler. Dressler driving, puts it up. No good. Rebound, fought for, and a foul on Miller, and she's gone.
No way. Unbelievable.
I don't know
call.
about that call.
Unbelievable.
Like Miller
call.
had great position.
Personal foul on IPFW, number 24, Lisa Miller.
So we'll walk down to the other end of the court. Miller fouls out. That's a huge loss for the Lady Dons.
Unbelievable.
And O'Banion will be at the line.
You just... On the replay, O'Bannon jumped into her. She had perfect position. There's just no way that should have been a foul on Lisa Miller.
Couple of tough calls going against the Lady Dons here late. You keep thinking back to that ball that was called out of bounds over there where a replay showed it was inbounds. Free throw is up and in by O'Bannon. So that'll give Bellarmine a 3-point lead now, 85-82, 2:23 left to go. Disappointed look on Lisa Miller's face. Second one is up and good. So it's a 4-point lead. Still plenty of time. 2:22 left to go. Big possession here. Dressler cross courts it to Perkins. Perkins to Scott. Looks inside for Record. Scott will fire a 3. No good. Rebound battled for O'Banion. Got it. And now Bellarmine can afford to run a little bit of the clock with a 4-point lead. Claudia Smith out front. Gets it to Hahn. Hahn looks for Smith. Duddy. Bellarmine in no hurry. Hahn, that's her spot. She missed it. Bellarmine got the rebound, and a bump foul called on Dressler or Perkins.
Perkins.
Bellarmine starting to get some of the loose balls now. And we're at 1:39 left to go in the game.
Coach Rosinski is talking to Melissa Shipp, who will be coming into the ball game now.
Shipp, of course, has had some success from the three-point area. And I'm sure Terry is thinking they may have to go to the three-point shot to get back in it. Perkins comes out. Amy has done a credible job for the injured Don Harbaugh. Crowd continues to fill in here. Anticipation of the men's game. Big free throws up and in. Bellarmine has also started to hit the free throws here in the overtime. 87-82. Stephanie Duddy, a 5'5" senior point guard. Not big on the offense, but plays a good floor game. This is the second one. So Lady Dons have to get something on this possession. They've got to get a bucket or something. There's Sands, breakaway, up and in.
Basket for Shelley Sands.
87-84, so they accomplished the first part of it. Now they need the ball. 1:21 left to go in the ball game. Sands, Melissa Shipp out front. Claudia Smith out front to Duddy. 1:10, 19 on the shot clock. Smith inside. O'Bannon will put it up and in. O'Bannon got by record. That's a big one, 89-84. So the Lady Dons are going to have to get something here again. Melissa Shipp is hammered in the backcourt and a foul on Smith. Claudia Smith on the reach-in foul.
Personal foul on Bellarmine. Number 5, Claudia Smith, her 5th personal foul.
She fouls out.
And she fouls out.
She fouls out.
More importantly, IPFW gets a shot at getting back in the ball game with the clock stopped.
Melissa will be at the line. Charlie just taking his time. Looks like he's going to put Rita Johnson into the lineup. Smith played a big second half, Steve. Does a lot of the little things. Good on defense and picked up a few rebounds. Well, you got to hope Melissa can make both of the free throws and then a quick steal and set up a three-point opportunity. Time, of course, on the side of Bellarmine. 5-point lead, 53 seconds left to go in the game. Hard fought ball game. No good on the free throw. Recker chases it down, but we may have a lane violation. Melissa's going to get another opportunity. And no time went off the clock. That's interesting.
Number 21, Melissa Shipp, is shooting 1-1.
Let's see if she can get this one. 5'7", junior college transfer. Up and no good. Rebound Bellarmine. Lady Dons have had some opportunities. Duddy to Hahn to Duddy. Cross midcourt. 42 seconds. Lady Dons are going to have to foul, and Shipp does. Out at midcourt, and that will put Missy Hahn at the line. Timeout on the court. 40 seconds left to go in the overtime. Bellarmine looking in pretty good shape right now. Anything can happen, but a few things that the Lady Dons could have taken advantage of didn't happen.
You are tuned to your higher educational television access channel in Fort Wayne and Allen County. It's College Cable Access Channel 6.